Hey, what's up guys, so today we're gonna be watching a video of this guy testing ignoring all lithium battery safety warnings for science. This is gonna be an insane video. Let's watch.
When it comes to lithium batteries, there are 4 things you should never do. 1. Never let them get wet. 2.
Bro.
Never expose them to fire or any other open flame.
Oh! Oh, did you see that? We want to see that again. We want to see that again. Oh my gosh, it just exploded.
When it comes to lithium batteries, there are 4 things you should never do. 1. Never let them get wet. 2. Never expose them to fire or any other open flame.
Oh my gosh. Dude, that's crazy. It just exploded.
3. Never short circuit them. And 4. Definitely never puncture or disassemble them. But let's be honest. Do we even know what those safety warnings are really for? And do we actually know what happens when you would ignore one or more of them? Because they might just look like boring little metal cylinders. But inside each of these boring metal cylinders is a tightly rolled sandwich of materials you really don't want to mess with.
It's an electrolyte.
Because that tightly rolled sandwich consists of a positively charged lithium and aluminum electrode and a negatively charged graphite or copper electrode. And very simply put, when those two touch, you get inside the battery, the two are tightly rolled up like a sandwich, and the only thing that keeps them from touching is a super thin plastic layer in between. As long as those two
plastic in a battery,
each other, everything is fine.
Wouldn't that just explode? Wouldn't that just melt?
But if, however, a battery gets damaged and the positive and negative
guys, did you know that was inside of a battery?
That they do connect, things can and will suddenly escalate very quickly. Today we're going to test one by one what will go wrong exactly when you ignore each one of the 4 most important safety warnings. And to do so, I put together 4 different test rigs, all of which can be remotely controlled. Each one is designed to trigger one specific failure mode at a time, while I can keep a safe distance.
Whoa!
Let's just start with the simplest one, but it's the one people argue about the most. There's a very common belief that says if a lithium battery touches water, it'll explode.
It's just gonna not work anymore. It's just gonna leak acid.
Is that actually true? Well, time to find out, I guess. Three, 2, 1.
What? Oh, that's so cool. Wait, why are you using a cup made of glass? If you don't even know it's gonna explode. What are you doing?
No, just kidding, of course. What really happens is quite the opposite, actually. No explosion, no flames, nothing. Not even the tiniest little spark. Most likely because the regular tap water is actually a pretty poor conductor. But watch what happens when we add some simple kitchen salt to it.
Salt?
Things suddenly change. The water instantly becomes more conductive.
How is salt giving electricity?
Which means there's now a path for current to flow externally around the battery. So in the salt water, the battery will simply be leaking energy through the water from one side of the battery to the other. It's basically just a slow and uncontrolled discharge. The big question is, how long will it take for the water to seep in and start to cause internal failure?
I don't know.
While we wait for that to happen, let's just put these aside for now and get back to them when there are some significant changes. Meanwhile, we can continue with the next test. I think if there's one rule everyone agrees on, it's this.
No way!
Never expose lithium batteries to fire.
No way, they're gonna burn
what
it.
we want to know today
They're gonna
is
burn the
what
battery.
happens when you do expose them to fire.
No way.
So, that's exactly what we're going to do.
I'm actually curious to see what happens.
We're going to heat a battery using a little gas
No
burner.
way.
And to make sure the battery
Why?
is heated evenly from all sides, instead of creating a single hotspot,
Why are you doing
I
that?
slightly modified an old RC servo
Bruh.
and will slowly rotate the battery while it's being hot.
What?
Okay, so
Dude,
far
it's
so
gonna
good.
explode at any
The
moment.
plastic sleeve has pretty much melted
battery's
away and the surface
toast.
started to discolor a bit, which means the battery is heating up. And
Yeah, that
as
thing's
the temperature
toast.
rises, the pressure inside the battery
Oh,
also
sorry.
starts
Now
to
my
go up,
camera's on.
until this happened.
Ooh.
And no, this is not the thermal runaway explosion we're looking for yet. It is actually the battery's built-in pressure relief safety
Boom.
mechanism doing what it's supposed to do.
Boom.
It's
Like a
releasing pressure from
firework.
inside the battery to prevent any further damage. However, in our case, that's probably not going to help much, because there's still heat getting pumped in from the outside by the gas burner, of course.
Oh. Oh.
And just like expected, it didn't take long before thermal runaway begins.
Oh.
The internal chemistry breaks down and starts to release heat and oxygen at the same time. So from
Bye,
this point
battery.
on, the reaction no longer needs fire from the outside. The battery becomes
my
the fire
gosh.
itself.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Look, even
Oh
after
my
the battery
gosh.
hits the ground, it keeps ejecting burning material for
gosh.
several seconds.
Oh my
So
gosh.
lithium batteries don't necessarily explode because
That
of
is
fire.
insane.
Fire just triggers a reaction that can then sustain itself.
No, that's crazy.
So the battery becomes the fire.
Oh my gosh.
Before we continue with
Completely
test number
melted.
3, a quick shout out to my fellow engineers over at
Dude,
PCBWay.
are you
Whether
really
you're working
puncturing
on
a
an electronics
battery?
project or need 3D
What
printed
the-
or CNC machine parts, PCBWay makes it incredibly easy to turn your digital designs into real high quality parts. Simply go to PCBWay.com
Dude,
right now,
they don't
purple,
care.
and we're going to penetrate the steel casing of the battery with a hardened steel drill at
Bro,
a
this
almost
commercial about
perfect
to...
right angle.
Oh,
The
did you see
moment
the
the
spark?
drill breaks through the outer
Oh,
shell, everything
Oh,
changes.
look at that.
There will be no delay and no buildup, just a high-pitched humming sound, a
Dude,
few
it's gonna
little sparks,
explode.
and then a lot of fire. Mark
Dude,
my
we
words.
know it's gonna
Inside
explode.
the battery, the layers that were never meant to touch are suddenly
Ooh.
fused and connected together by the conductor's steel drill.
Oh my
Positive
gosh.
electrode meets negative
Dude,
electrode
it's on fire.
instantly, which causes
Dude, it's
a
on
localized
fire.
hot
It's
spot to form
crazy.
that burns its way deep inside the battery in the blink of an eye, where cooling is simply impossible. That's why this puncture failure looks so extreme. It's like forcing
there it goes.
an internal
Boom.
short circuit right into the core of the battery. And just to put things in perspective, look at the
That
drill.
is
It's red
insane
hot
right
and
there.
completely melted. And the thing is, that drill is
Dude, it
made
looks
from
like a
high-speed
firework.
fuel. That's a material designed to survive
Oh my
extreme
gosh.
heat.
It's
Yet,
melted.
It's melted. And not from the
Piece is
drilling,
melted
from
on
the
there.
energy released inside the battery.
Dude, it's still going like a firework.
This is why crushed batteries or batteries damaged in accidents
Ooh, yeah.
are so dangerous. Not just because
Why?
they look damaged, but because inside the positive and negative electrodes could be one vibration away from touching each other and turning into this violent explosion.
Bruh,
Recently, I
why
went on
would
my
you put...
first cruise.
Dude, there we go. Sorry
What
about
if I
that.
told you that the same thing can happen without any drills,
Commercial.
fire,
Ad.
or water? Because theoretically, all we need are some simple copper wires. For test number 4, we're going to short circuit a fully charged
Bruh.
cell by connecting the terminals
Are you
directly using
serious right now?
thick, low resistant cables.
Everyone knows
And
what's gonna
this
happen.
DIY 3D printed
It's gonna
servo-acted switch
electrocute.
I designed for this test. So no
Everyone
water,
knows what's
no
gonna
drill,
happen.
and no gas burner. Just the copper wires. As soon as the switch closes, a current starts to flow that can, in case of some batteries, be as high
Dude,
as
watch.
300 amps. Now,
Y'all know what's gonna happen.
you don't see much at first,
Everyone in the world
but
knows what
because
happens
of
when
those
you,
high currents running through
when you
it,
place
the
the
battery
positive
starts
and
to
negative
heat up
wires
fast.
together with that. The wires are connected to the
The
same.
temperature
If
climbs
the
all the way
wires
up
are
to
connected to the
63
same
degrees in
battery,
pretty much no time.
and you connect them,
But
then you're literally
wait.
looping electricity. You're sending
Then it
electricity
stabilizes.
to sending
weird.
electricity.
I at least
Dude, it's
expected
gonna
the built-in
electrocute,
safety
we
net
know
to pop
that.
or something. But no venting, no fire, no explosion,
Bruh.
nothing. So why is that? Well, because this is just one single lithium-ion cell, and the amount of energy it contains is limited.
Dude,
So
move your hand
the
away.
peak amperage might start at those 300 amps I mentioned earlier, the moment the switch closes.
Oh, there it
But
goes.
that number will rapidly decrease
Yes.
after
Ooh, there it
just
goes.
a few tenths of a second. And on top of that, the build-up heat can
You see
easily
that?
escape through the metal casing. Especially here, in this case, where the ambient temperature is around 7 degrees. So a single cell like this doesn't have enough energy density to push itself over the edge and cross
How
that
is that a
point of
question
no
on what
return.
would happen?
But now, imagine this exact same short circuit, but inside a battery pack, where there are multiple cells
Bruh.
that are tightly packed together. So each one will heat up the next. Suddenly, the heat has nowhere to go. And
Bruh.
once a single cell enters thermal runaway, it becomes the ignition source for all the others.
Bro,
That's why short circuits are so dangerous. Not because one battery...
Alright guys, that was a good video. If you want to see... Alright guys, that was a super awesome reaction video. If you want to see another one, just click. If you want to see more of my videos, just go to my channel and click a video. Peace.